know Meta's already busy with the virtual reality and the whole metaverse and all these other things. But I think the big rise that we'll see this year is in artificial intelligence. So essentially the computer doing the thinking for you. This happens already in quite a few different ways, but artificial intelligence is becoming something a lot more accessible. Let's chat a little bit around augmented and artificial intelligence and augmented reality and all these things that are fast becoming one of the new norms.
I don't understand a word.
Great, that's why I'm here.
Explain, please.
So we've got two concepts here, and I think this year we'll definitely see the rise of both augmented reality, virtual reality, as well as artificial intelligence on quite a few number of scales. So let's stick with just augmented reality, just to give you an idea of kind of what it is. And essentially it's taking the reality of what you see around you and superimposing something on top of it. So if you take your camera of your phone, most phones can do it these days, you can actually have like a little money key walking across the screen, or you can interact with the world around you using both virtual and the real world. Whereas something like virtual reality, everything is virtual. So you put on the goggles and you enter a whole new world. Augmented reality is the existing world with a bit of virtual on top, right? So that's kind of the two big differences. But I think there's going to be quite a lot of progress in that space if we look at something like augmented reality. If you and these apps already exist where you can say, for example, one of your favorite what do you call meubels?
Furniture,
yeah. That one. Yes, moeilijk. Furniture is, you can actually go and have a look at a catalog, and if there's a nice couch that you want, step back, put your camera on, and it'll actually superimpose that couch in your area or in your lounge or wherever it might be. And that's one of the ways we can use augmented reality. So you can actually kind of get a feel of what that wall color is going to be, or what that pot plant is going to look like in this room, by superimposing that on top of whatever your camera sees. So does that make sense to you?
Oh, that helps.
Augmented?
Yeah, it does actually.
And I think this is something we're going to be seeing a lot more, especially on social media, by using augmented reality. We know Meta's already busy with the virtual reality and the whole metaverse and all these other things. But I think the big rise that we'll see this year is in artificial intelligence. So essentially the computer doing the thinking for you. This happens already in quite a few different ways, but artificial intelligence is becoming something a lot more accessible. And one of the great inventions or things that have been released now is ChatGPT. So essentially, think of a computer that can literally answer anything that you give it. You can ask it to write a piece of code. You can ask it to write the introduction to an email. It can develop a whole video script. I've even run through things, give me a video script for explaining to people how Facebook works.
Wow.
And it'll actually spit back all those results to you. And I'll do a short video on ChatGPT specifically, and obviously share it to the page. So if you're interested in augmented reality, artificial intelligence, anything like that, I'll be sharing a lot more content based around that, specifically how it can be applied to obviously social media. But I think artificial intelligence is the big one, and it's quite scary to see what these things can actually do. So artificial intelligence, first of all, in the writing space, because you can obviously ask it questions, you can ask it to write things for you, and it will. But we're already seeing artificial intelligence in the image world, where you can simply ask the computer to create an image using Elon Musk's face and a poodle in the Sahara Desert, and it'll generate an image based around those parameters. And that is crazy to think about, because now all of a sudden you can have these incredibly artistic, unique creations made by artificial intelligence, because now I don't have to spend 30 to 40 to 3 hours trying to write an email script or a video script. I can just ask it to put down the basics, and I can build on top of that, because that's usually, especially in the creative space, where most of the struggle comes is, okay, now I'm staring at a blank page. Where do I start? What do I say? How do I say it? But if you've got 2 or 3 sentences or a couple of paragraphs to give you the gist of it, you can start swapping and adding words in. And so you're able to write a lot quicker. You're able to develop things a lot quicker. You're able to take things to market a lot quicker. So, it's got that aspect to it. But then as well, the thinking outside of the box, it's almost like having someone that you can bounce ideas off of. So, you can write something up and see what it gives you, and then maybe from that build on it and and develop it and essentially get to an end result. But the point is the limitations of artificial intelligence. It's scary. There's very, very, very little limitations to what it currently can do, and obviously they're developing it more, and the more people use it, the more clever the algorithms become and the machine learning becomes. So it becomes more and more effective the more we use it. It actually learns the more we use it. You need to start looking around you and understand that all this stuff is available to you. Nothing stops you from going onto open up Google, type in ChatGPT, open it up and just play with it. I dare you. Just go and have a look. If we start looking at the exciting world of virtual reality, now you're going into different worlds. Now you're going into a whole new space, something, you can just literally put the goggles on and choose the Sahara Desert, and there you're in the middle of the desert, and you can look around and you can interact with the world around you. You're not there. So sure, you don't have the feel and the smells and all those things, but you've got a lot of your senses already being taken care of, your eyes, your ears. So you've got all of those senses and things from the virtual world. And it's going to be interesting to see how brands start using this and how companies start using this, because I can't see why you can't have a virtual shopping mall. Why can't you just walk around in a virtual shop and have a look at all these products, click on a product, it immediately switches over into augmented reality, and you can actually look at what that product would look like in your living room. If you want to make the decision, click buy and it gets delivered. That's it. Just by having my goggles on. It's not far-fetched.
No, it's not.
It most certainly can happen, and I'd go out on a limb and say that I think it's going to.